Yeah, hello everyone. So welcome to NGEN Markets training session for today. So today I am welcoming you all for our session, and today we are going to run through some various topics which is regarding the report generation within different sets of reports, such as an Excel report, which is a customizable report where you can make your own research with your own proper analysis and come up with a suggestion. The second one is the seamless PDF reports, which can be generated through fund analytics or a portfolio analytics altogether. So this will help you out in generating seamless reports within a matter of seconds. You do not have to waste any single time if you want to share it with your client. And the third one is one of the most important one is a PowerPoint pitch book. So this is going to help you in making presentations within a matter of seconds, and you can focus more on client interaction rather than making a pitch book report. So that's it for the NGEN Markets walkthrough. And then in the fourth section, we are going to have all the FAQs section. So all the recommendations, all the feedback, and all the queries from your side will be welcomed. And so that's it. I'm just starting the presentation now. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Okay. So as you can see within this platform, we have the NGEN Markets overview section. So what you can do here is, as you already know, that you can compare the market levels. So let's say I'm just comparing some market levels and I want to generate an Excel based report of this market levels. So I'm just taking in some indices into regard and I'm just going to compare it. So here you can click on this export indices in the CSV, which is an Excel format. And then once you click on it, the export button is actually generated. So once you click on this, the file will be generated where you can see the entire CSV of the Nifty 50, Nifty 500, Nifty mid cap, and Nifty media. So these were the all indices which I had selected within the market overview, and all the price series from the start date. So it is all dynamic. Whatever dates you change in the analytics, that sort of CSV file you can generate it in a very um, conclusive manner. So this is it for the entire generation of the report. So let's go back into the NGEN Markets. Give me a moment. Yeah. So here what you can do is you can even download a macroeconomic data of any country. So let's say I'm just selecting India as of now. You can just click on this CSV download data and it gets downloaded. And once you have downloaded that up, you can see the entire data which is generated here. So this is the macroeconomic data of India, which I have generated within a matter of seconds. So this particular thing can be changed for any such countries, such as India or any other country altogether. You can change those countries and then you can download them up. Similarly, the main thing here is that, once you have done the Excel analysis, once you have, downloaded the entire,
excuse me.
yes.
Can you show me one more time the market comparison?
Oh, so you want, okay. So what I've done is that I have chosen some indices here. So let's say I've chosen Nifty 50, Nifty 500, Nifty mid cap, and let's say I'm going for a BSE indices as well, such as BSE finance, or maybe let's say I'm going for BSE utilities. So I've added two more indices here. Now, once I've added it, let's say I just want to add another world indices. So I'm just going for Dow and Jones. Now I have three more indices. Now what I can do is dynamically, I can generate this CSV file, which is an Excel file, which is called as common separated value. What you can do is you can click on this and that gets generated here. And then when you actually onload this particular Excel report, you can see accordingly that all the data which you have generated within the dates chosen is directly shown into the CSV file. So this is still the Dow and Jones. Dow and Jones was the last indices which I have added. So that's it for the CSV value which you can create. So the next one which I was going to talk about was the market wrap. So you have done all the analysis. You have actually, downloaded the data of, India. what you can do is you can wrap this entire thing into one single PDF report, which will be a very seamless report. You can just click on this and this PDF report will be generated. And once you have generated, as you can see, according to my presentation, you can see the entire PDF report. It is a dynamic PDF report where you can see all the indices in the left side, which I have added here and everything. So even if I change the equity sectors in the analytics tab, these reports are going to change once you click on the download button. So that's how it actually affects this entire report, and that's how it helps you to generate a report which is kind of live, which can be actually shared with the client within 1 second. So that's the report. That's the report of the market overview. So next one is the section called as fund section. So within the fund section, what you can do is you can generate daily MF reports. So these are generated directly by the server of NGEN, where what you can do is you can click on this button of regular funds and it gets downloaded. So once you have downloaded that up, so let's be. Okay. Hello. Okay, guys, I think we should start it over again. So what I was actually showing up to you was how you can generate comparative CSV file by just comparing the indices. So before going to that, what you can do is you can compare the market levels here, and you can use this for comparisons to download this CSV file. So it gets very easy for you to download that file and then load that data. Once you have loaded that data, you can use as per your needs. It is very flexible and it gives you all the analytics needs for your, for your own analysis. The next one is what I was actually talking about before, was the macroeconomic data. So within the macroeconomic data, you can just download the data according to your needs. So let's say I'm going for United States and I want the data of United States in one particular Excel sheet. So what I can do is I can just click on this and the data gets downloaded. So once the data is downloaded, you can directly see that data into the CSV file here. So this is the macroeconomic data of United States. So here you can see the entire GDP growth rate. You can see, the inflation rate, everything, everything is the frequency of the updatation, the last update, and the value of the data. So this is how we actually update the data, and then you can use this particular data for your own needs. The next one, what you can do here is you can easily make a wrap of this entire market. So, you have made a lot of selections here. And in this particular selections, you want to make a PDF report seamlessly to actually display it to your client. So what you can do here is you can just click on this market wrap. And then once the market wrap is loaded, you can see the market wrap, which has, wrapped the entire details. And even you can see that, the data of United States is shown here. So here, what you can do is you can directly see here that, even the Indian equity sectors, the performance of the sectors, and within the world indices as well. So this is a very dynamic PDF report. Whatever you change, that data will be updated into this particular report. So the next one is that you can even rebase this up. And once you have rebased that up, and if you click on the market wrap, the market wrap will show you a different scenario where, if you would have invested 100 rupees in all the particular indices, what would have been your accumulated value? And this is the entire co-branded report, which you will be having your own company's name and your name. So this is it for the NGEN Markets market overview section. Let's go to the fund section now, and let me show you that how you can use the MF daily performance regular funds and direct funds as a report to actually report it to your clients. So these are all the customized report. What you can do is when you just click on it, the entire reports get downloaded, and then you can directly click on it and see that the report is generated. So let me just show you the report here. So as you can see here, that the NGEN Markets report as of today's date is showing you all the regular funds, and you can see the entire index of this equity, debt, hybrid, others, and solution oriented. Now what you can do is you can click on any such equity category. Let's say you're clicking on multi-cap. So once you click on multi-cap, you can see the entire pool of multi-cap within this equity class equity asset class. And then you can see all the category averages of this multi-cap, and then you can see the entire fund details. So everything is displayed here from amphi code till the small cap percentages, till YTM, till average maturity. Everything is displayed here within a one single report, single sheet. And what you can do is you can select the statistic to chart. So let's say you can see here, accordingly, the highest AUM is by Nippon India Multi-Cap Fund. So what you can do is you can click on AUM, and then you can, change the parameter. So let's say you are changing a parameter to Sharpe ratio. Let's say you want to know that which particular fund is having the highest, Sharpe ratio within this multi-cap fund category. So you can just click on Sharpe ratio, and the sheet will change. So let me do it again, guys. I think give me a moment. So now once I change it up, you can see that it gets changed accordingly. Yeah, so once I change it up, it changes accordingly, and it gives you the highest Sharpe ratio funds accordingly. So these are all the funds, and this is the analytics of all of it in the multi-cap range. So this can be used. You can even directly click on go to index, and this can be used for any other fund, any other asset classes, and any other categories altogether. Either way, you can even go for a mid-cap fund and look into which one is giving you the highest 1-year return. So you can directly type in and see, you can see as it is showing you the 1-year highest returns. So that is how this entire report of this Excel works out. And what you can do here is, once you have displayed this report, once you have downloaded it, you can even subscribe to it. So we have given a function where you can actually click on this plus button, where it actually helps you to it will send all those reports, MF daily performance report of regular funds. And if you subscribe to this, it will send you the report of MF daily performance direct funds. Every single day, 9 o'clock in morning, you will receive a mail within your mail. And you can see your registered mail within the settings, and you can change the settings, and you can receive the mail as per your email. And also we have given here a downloadable function where you can download the historical reports. So as of date, you can download any historical report as per your needs. So you can just click on this, and it gets downloaded within a matter of seconds. So this is the report section, which will be helping you out a lot if you want to do your own analysis within Excel. The next one is the category averages. So within category averages, let's say you might have a use case where you really want to download one single category, the data of the category, into an Excel sheet. What you can do is you can choose in the regular fund, you can choose an equity, and then you can just click on this download category averages. Once you have downloaded the category averages, you can see the entire category averages into the pool of all the MFs in SEBI classification. So once I've loaded that up, you can see the category averages accordingly, and entirety of the data is displayed here. So this data is displayed here, and accordingly, what you can do is you can sort in. So let's say I just want to sort according to equity class. So what I can do is I can just place it within a filter, and I can sort it. So it is easily sortable. I can just come here, I can just filter it out, and I can just make it like, let's say I just want to view debt categories. So these are all the debt categories. Maybe I just want to show only TR percentage. I just want to keep a range. I can see those categories all together within the Excel. So it gets very easy for any advisor to use such data and do their own analysis accordingly for the particular category. So that is how the category averages Excel works out. So let's go to the next section, within holding analysis. So holding analysis gives you an overview as to what are the capital injections by the AMCs within the sectors. So what you can do is, accordingly, we have given the entire data in holding analysis. So what you can do, you can just click on this and the entire sectoral holdings will be shown it up to you. And similarly, how filtered we have filtered category averages before. The same thing we can do the holding analysis for the entire pool of categories. So you can, you can just filter it out your holding types. You can filter out sectoral, category, or maybe you can filter out some other parameters within this dates. So this can be very, very useful if you really want to, customize your own way of analyzing holding analysis. And it gives you an edge when you actually, research into it, and when you actually customize your own way of analysis, it gives you another sense of analysis to actually, give a proper recommendation to the client. When you are going for one particular sector, that will be very much of a key if you use such a function. So similarly, I can just show you one use case of this, that I can just put in the holding types and I can just make a filter out of it. So this is a very basic one which I'm showing you right now. And this filter can be, used for any other parameters altogether. So let's go back to the another section. Within the holding analysis, we also have stock changes. And the stock changes works similarly to the sectoral changes. What you can do is you can download this same Excel within one single click, and then you can view the all the stocks holding analysis accordingly here. So once that is loaded up, it will show you the holding analysis of the stocks as well. So these are in percentages. So let me tell you everyone, whenever you select within percentages or within number of shares, that particular data will be shown to you. You can also see the ISIN of that stock, and you can also see the stock name accordingly, and the dates from the last 12 months, and how the actual, allocation within the stocks has been changed accordingly. So you can just see the stocks holdings over time for every single stock here. So that gives you a very much of a data here, in the sense that you can use this particular holding analysis as well. And the next one, what you can do is you can also view in equity holdings altogether, which can be downloadable in Excel as well. So let's say you have a one particular stock you have in mind, let's say Tata Power. And Tata Power might be your favorite stock. You can just take in Tata Power and you can just load that particular. So all the funds which are holding Tata Power, the entire data. So this entire statistics can be downloaded within one click. So you can download this entire table in a click and it gets downloaded. And similarly, we also have debt holdings. So within the debt holdings, let's say you have the ISIN number of that debt paper. So you can just take in that IC number. I'm just typing in a random debt paper, this one. And once I have that debt paper, I can just download this entire table, and it shows you the entire ratings, holding percentages, fund AUM, the 1 month, the 6 months, the entirety of it for that single debt paper, and who is holding that debt paper. So you can use this particular data. If you're more into debt funds analysis, this will be very, very useful when you actually start your customized analysis and customized approach in research. So these are the all pool of debt papers, all pool of mutual funds which are holding this one particular debt paper with this ISIN number. So this is how it is useful. And the next one which is gonna be helpful is the screener. The screener consists of all the mutual funds within all the categories, and you can filter the AMCs. You can use as per your needs within the screener, as we have already shown in the previous section. But what we can do here is we can also download this entire result in CSV. And the result, what I mean by result is that whatever selections you make, let's say you make a selection of small cap, sectoral, liquid, a very, very vague selection I'm taking right now into account. And once you make such a selection, what you can do is you can even filter out some couple of things here. Let's say 200 crores as an AUM, as a minimum AUM. Let's say I'm sorting by any other AUM in crores, or maybe large cap percentages, let's say. as an example, and then I can download this entire result. So this is the result which I have, I've got with my filter out when I filtered all the funds within the SEBI classification. And this particular result, I can download it. And similarly, I can even select the columns. So, I've already shown it up to you, everyone, before, that you can select basic column, risk column, or return column. Let's say you just want to analyze risk columns and just download the Excel. So what you can do is you can just click on risk column and download this particular Excel. So only that particular data will be shown to you. And then once you filter it out, you can see that accordingly, you can see the cash, the top holdings, the similar, selections you have made. So you do not have to remove some of the columns altogether. And what the type of Excel, data you're getting here is more filtered, and you do not have to remove some parameters altogether. So as you can see, these are all the risk columns such as standard deviation, value at risk, historical and implied. You can see the Sortino as well. So these are all the columns, and this is the ISIN number. So as per, we have, transparently given ISIN number for every particular fund. So as per, you can use this particular data for any other platform as per your needs as well. So this is it for the entire, screener. The screener can be useful in many ways, and there are multiple ways you can download this, entire result in CSV and, start your comparative, analysis within the Excel. You can compare the funds accordingly. So this is the screener, all about the screener. And let's go to the compare section. We last time we had the comparative analysis of, some mutual funds. So what you can do is, once you have the composition ready with you, you can download that entire data into Excel. So what I mean by this is that the data which we have is the return column, which is in green, the relative column, which is in, pink, and the holding column, which is in blue, can be downloaded easily within, one single click. So NGEN Markets gives you a lot of flexibility in downloading the data, and it gives you all the tools needed to actually analyze yourself. So you can see accordingly that these are all the mutual funds which I had into the compare section. And then you can see the entire data from beta correlation, and the main part here is that, the beta axis return over benchmark might change accordingly. So what you can do is, within the comparative analysis, you can choose your own benchmark, any such benchmark here. As you can see here, I have shown you the benchmark as Nifty TRI, but the better benchmark for a mid cap fund might be a mid cap benchmark. So you can just click on this benchmark, and once you have done that, so the entire relative data will be shown accordingly. So you can download this Excel. So this is all, dynamic. This is all dynamically changed accordingly. So once you load this entire data up into the Excel, you will see the excess return over benchmark. So as you can see, all are in negatives because of the start date. So once that is loaded up, you can see the excess return over benchmark accordingly. So all the excess are in negative. So it is because I have changed the benchmark and the excess return over benchmark has changed. So this columns, these are all relative column altogether. So it is all dynamic. Whenever you choose a dynamic approach, whenever you start your analysis, this particular column might change, and this will be very useful whenever you use the analytics. So the next part here is that once you have done this, all the things, you can also go to the rolling analysis. So within rolling analysis, we have also given a lot of things. So I might just, skim through this and give you one overview that whatever methodology you choose and whatever rolling window you choose, that particular data within the graph can be downloaded. So you can just click on this Excel, and then you can directly look into the, average volatility, highs and lows. So here you get all your flexibility within 101 days rolling returns. This is a vague number which I have chosen, and this particular, volatility, highs and lows, you can directly view it out. And similarly, what you can do is you can also download this particular rolling, return analysis within PDF or a JPEG format, an image. So let's say you just want to make a PDF document out of it. So you can just download the PDF document, and it gets downloaded, the chart will be displayed here. So this is one single chart within one PDF document, and it is a one conclusive chart where you can use this analysis somewhere elsewhere within your own customizable report. So there are some advisors, they use this particular function to make their own customized way of reports, customized way of analysis within one report. So here this button will actually help you to print the chart, download anything whatever you need according to your needs. So you can even download it in SVG vector image, and similarly you can even download this entire rolling return distribution. So now this will be very useful when you have a use case, like if your client asks you that what is the frequency of this all funds backtesting between 5 to 15%. So you can just type in those particular scenarios, and then you can just download this entire data into Excel. Once that is downloaded, the entire data will be downloaded. So this all data similarly will be shown into you, which is called as rolling return distribution. So as this loads up, you can see here accordingly that this is the rolling return distribution of 101 day, which I have chosen. So from -10 to -5 and the remainder as well. So next one is the main thing. What you can do here is there are lots of things which we can do here. We can even download the calendar years. So as you know that you can sort in the calendar years accordingly, and you can see the dates accordingly. So you can download this Excel. Similarly, you can download this table, and you can even bulk download the entire thing. So bulk downloading will help you out in knowing the current holdings of the funds. So if you just click it out, and if you just compare all the bulk holdings of all the mutual funds within the regular plan, then you can see all the 7 funds in it. So I'm just loading this up. So once that is loaded, you can use this particular Excel file to filter out as many parameters as you want. So as you can see that if you want to filter out only the equity holding, then you can filter out easily. So you can just select this, and you can just choose this. Once you have done that, you can directly choose the filter here within the data, and once the filter is done, you can see, you can directly choose those particular fund accordingly. So I just want to see Axis Midcap Fund. I can see all the equity holdings of Axis Midcap Fund, and it's very easy for me. I'm just viewing the Axis Midcap holdings within one single filtration. And I can even change my holding types, and I just want to check, let's say Apollo or Abbott India, so I can directly check that up as well. Or maybe I can just put in some conditional value here to choose in that particular percentages, and only see those equity or debt or any other holding type in that particular fund. So it gets very easy for you to analyze in this one particular Excel sheet. So this is how it works out, and this is how the bulk download is very useful for you when you want to analyze some particular mutual funds which you have selected into the fund list. We do have monthly SIP, and you can download the entire comparative SIP analysis of all the mutual funds you have displayed here. So the monthly SIP downloadable function is also given here. So once that is done, you can see the monthly SIP generated here. It is similar to all the reports we have shown up, and it also shows you the risk versus return. So risk versus return is just a chart, and then you can go into position overlap, which can be downloadable in Excel. So here you can download the entire data into Excel here. So once you have downloaded this entire position overlap, you can actually see between those all the funds what are the positions overlap happening. So these are all the comparative analysis between the positions of all the funds, and you can use this for your own analysis. So this particular overlap can also be checked by NGEN Markets. You can directly go into this portal and check it, but we have given a transparent downloadable data which you can use for your own innovative research ideas. And then we have correlation analysis, then we have performance chart, which can also be given here. So the main thing here is that we have given a lot of tabs. So a lot of tabs consist of the small CSV buttons that gives you a flexibility to download the data. So similarly here you can choose those dates, you can make your own scenarios between those particular dates, point to point dates, and then you can download this data into CSV. It gets very easy for you to actually download the entire data in CSV and do your own further analysis. And then you can see the last 12 months. So the here in the within the compare, it is very, very, very important to come up with some data for you to give you a customized approach. As per, we have also given you a approach where you can actually download the PDF of any such report of any fund. So that what you can do is you can directly go into the search funds. Before that, you can also download the NFO details. So here you can see you can download the entire NFOs which are given here. And once that is downloaded, all the NFO, the entire data is downloaded in Excel, the similar sheet which is shown to you. Here you can see the launch date, the closing date, the asset class, and the category. So this is the NFO report. And next, what you can do is you can load a fund. So I'm going to give you a use case where how you can use a fund's price series to actually do some analysis. So I'm just going to load in one fund. So once you load a fund, you can use this in a very, very conclusive way. So one such way is that you can generate a seamless PDF report. Now, what do I mean by this is that we have given 3 tabs where you can generate 1-pager, 2-pager, and a 3-pager report. But what you can do is that you can generate the similar report within one single click, and then you can display it to your client, or you can pitch it to your client. So it saves a lot of your time. It is a dynamic PDF report. Whatever benchmark you used will be shown to you. It shows you all the asset allocation, all the holdings. So this is a detailed one which I'm showing up to you, everyone. So let me just present it out. This is the PDF report, and this report is a co-branded report. In the left side, you will be having your own company's name, your name, and here you can use it with to show that you have made a lot of research, and then you have come to the conclusion as to why this particular fund you are suggesting it. And then what you can do is you can even come back and you can even use a price series. You can get the price series of this entire mid-cap fund. So once you get the price series, you can download that price series, and once that is downloaded, you can see entirely that you can see entirely a lots of datas of the price series are given here. So let me just load in the price series and give you an example that how you can use a price series for any fund or any security to actually do your own customized analysis. As you can see here, you can see the dates, you can see the price, you can see the returns, and we also have our own return methodology that we just if you want to know if you just delete this up, and if you really want to know that what returns have been generated by this particular fund, you can just type in return, and then you can use this particular formula, this upon this -1, and you will get the return. And then you can just type in down, click done. And once that is done, you can see the entire data which is generated into the price series. So here, let me just show you up here. So these are all the return data, and then you can change this data into the comparative percentage format, and it will be similar to the price series as displayed. So the data which is generated here, which I'm showing up to you here, this one, you can generate it yourself as well. So that's how transparent NGEN Markets is, that we are giving you the entire data as to how we are calculating, how we are what are the price series of what particular date, and even you can create your own rolling analysis. So if you have the price series, if you have the returns, you can make your own rolling analysis within it. You can make your own highs, lows, as I have shown you in the analytics. But what we are giving you is that within the comparisons tab, we have already given you the rolling analysis. So the main point I'm trying to actually convey here is that the data is available in Excel, And if you really want to analyze, and if you want to have a customized approach, you can use this get price series, and you can, there are multiple ways to use this price series to come up with your own analysis. Might be that you might have your own ideas to analyze one particular mutual fund or one particular stock, and this price series will be very, very useful. And obviously we have given a rolling analysis here. You can type in 100 and you can get your data, rolling analysis data of this particular fund. But the main thing is that if you want to analyze yourself, NGEN Markets has given you the flexibility to analyze and download that price series. It is a very underrated function, but it is very useful. And also what you can do here is you can make a detailed SIP analysis. And once you make a detailed SIP analysis of this particular fund, you can see the tool section is opened here. And within the tool section, this entire data from the date till the value can be downloaded in Excel. Now, this is also a very customized approach. You can see the entire data here for the Excel, the SIP data, the start date, the end date. You can change those date accordingly, and you can see the number of the price, the value, the invested value, and the accumulated value altogether for every particular date, how the value has been accumulating. And if you really want to make a PDF report out of it, a seamless PDF report where you want to tell your client, okay, this is the actual installment, this is the start date, this is the end date, what you can do is you can just click on this one pager summary of the SIP analysis. So let's say you just click on this multiple pager PDF report, and here you can see that the PDF report is generated for Access Midcap Fund, and you can just use this particular seamless PDF report for your clients. So as you can see, this is a detailed one. It is a 3-pager one. So you can see accordingly that there is a monthly SIP basics. You can see the XIRR, you can see the chart, and then you can see the entire data. So this is a breakdown of the SIP for every single month we have given. So, and this gives a very much of a flexibility to go ahead with another tab, which is also a smaller version of this entire SIP analysis, which is a 1-pager. And you can use this if you really don't want to show the breakdown of the SIP. So this is the simple 1-pager report if you want to actually pitch in an SIP analysis for your clients. And you can not just do it for funds, you can do it for stocks as well. Similarly, I can just pitch in a stock. I can just type in Hindustan Unilever, and that particular stock will be shown here. So you can download that SIP as well. So the entirety of this is that you can also within the Excel, you can use many things. So let me show you one use case that how you can use a price series of a portfolio to compare it with other mutual funds. So let's say you have a portfolio with you, might be an equity portfolio. As you know that you can't compare one particular equity portfolio with mutual funds into our compare section. So what you can do here is you can just see here the equity portfolio, and you can download the price series of this equity portfolio. So as you can see, I have 28 positions. Everything is equity, direct equity, invested in all the stocks. And once I get the price series of it, I can just download that. I can just use this price series to create a custom security which can be used for my future analysis and comparisons between the funds. So what I mean by this is that once you have done that, you can just delete this up, and I will just use this particular date and price series. So we have given a lot of formatting of NGEN price series is very useful. So when you create any portfolio, you can copy this price series, this particular price series, and then you can paste it into the custom security here. So once you have pasted it into the custom security, there's another use case that you have made an equity portfolio altogether. You validate the input, you type in the name like equity portfolio, and once you're typed in, you can select the asset class, you can validate this input, and you can save it. So now the biggest use case I could find for this is that, let's say your client wants to know that what is the comparisons between the, you have like 28 positions in one particular, portfolio, and you want to compare your portfolio with all the funds in the SEBI classification. How you're going to do that? You just what you can do is you can just go into the fund section. You can just go into the compare section, and let's say I want to compare my equity portfolio with all the mid cap funds within this, pool I have given here. So I can just type in here, I can click equity portfolio. Now, as you can see, my equity portfolio is loaded, and then I can compare the CAGR, the standard deviation, the Sharpe ratio, the excess return over benchmark, the beta accordingly, everything. And I can also compare once, rolling analysis. So it gets very easy as an advisor to compare different securities altogether. So as you can see here, that my equity portfolio accordingly for a 260-day period, if I type in, let's type in for a different period. Yeah. So if I go for a 260-day period for, for this all mutual funds, and between my equity portfolio, might be possible that my equity portfolio is outperforming all the mutual funds here. So that can backtest, that can tell you a lot about, how your equity portfolio is performing according to all the mutual funds. This is just one use case. I have shown it to you that how you can use a price series either of a mutual fund, either of a portfolio, to generate, different kind of an approach in your analysis. And there are multiple ways I can even think for to actually go for different analysis. So as you can see here, my equity portfolio is having the, highest average and one of the highest high. So it has outperformed all the mid cap funds within this category. So I can compare it so easily, and I can tell my clients that, look, even if you are going for this all mutual funds, I have a portfolio altogether for you which can be comparable. But it depends on all your analysis, that which particular, analysis which you want to show it to your client. And the main thing here is that once you make a portfolio, once you have a, let's load in a mutual fund portfolio altogether. So let's go for a standard proposal. And let's say we have this standard proposal for our clients. We have optimized, we have improved the portfolio. And now what we are trying to do here is to pitch into our clients. So there are two ways. One way is creating a PDF report. So it is a 4-pager report. You can just click on this and the entire report can be generated. So as you can see here, if I present it to you, it's a 4-pager report with a standard proposal. It is a dynamically driven. You can change the benchmark, you can customize the benchmark, and you can use it accordingly. And then you can see the entire statistics. So this entire report can be shared with your clients, or you can use a PowerPoint report. So the best use case of a PowerPoint report is that this is a pitch deck. This is a business presentation to actually have a proper attention for your client. So basically what you're going to do is you can make a proposal and you can present it in a very, very conclusive way, which can help you to actually get and acquire those clients. So what NGEN here is doing is that we are helping you in making PowerPoint reports within a matter of seconds. So you do not have to waste your time in making these reports, and you just have to, focus your time in actually acquiring those clients and maintaining the relationship with your client. So here what you can do is it is all customizable. It is all, you can use whatever customization you want to use. You can see whatever parameters you want to show to your clients, and it will seem like this is an institutional level report which you're showing to your client. And once a client sees such an attention from you, it is it is a definite possibility that client will have a long-term relationship with you. And this will be very, very useful. Not even today, not even the next year. It will be useful for you for 10, 15, 20 years down the line into your advisory business. So this report will have a lot of things. You can just, let's say I just delete this particular tab, this particular page. So once I delete it, only those page will be visible to you. So if I just edit this page and if I delete this up, you can see that the number of pages, you can see the number of pages and all. So accordingly, that it shows you the entirety of it. It shows you how you can create a PDF, how you can also create a PDF report out of this PPT. So what I can do is I can just save here, do a save as, and save it in my documents altogether as a PDF report. So I can just save it as a PDF report, and this PDF report is generated within a matter of seconds. So this particular thing can also be used into a fund analytics. And a fund, as you can see, my standard proposal is loaded and it is all customized. You will have your own company's name here. And it will be a co-branded report where you can use it accordingly for for displaying it to your client. So this similar thing is also available into a fund analytics. Now I've shown you the portfolio analytics, but the fund analytics will give you a lot of flexibility. And just if you want to present one particular fund to your client, you can easily do that. So you can just load in that particular fund, and then you can just click on that PowerPoint button, and that that fund will be loaded all together. So here you can see the PowerPoint report of that particular Axis Midcap fund and every single benchmark. So whatever, if you even have your own custom benchmark, it will be available into this PowerPoint report altogether. So as you can see, that Axis Midcap fund PPT is loading up. So give us a moment. So once that is loaded, you can see accordingly that here we have the Axis Midcap Fund PPT available to you. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. It gives you a lots of enhancement to your presentation when you just want to present it to your client. So it can be anything. If you really want to present one particular fund, that is a good way to go. And if you really want to present a single portfolio altogether, that also can be displayed within this PowerPoint report, and it is a co-branded report which you will have with your own company's name. So similarly, what you can do here is within the portfolio section, we also have a comparative, you already have known that we can compare two portfolios within NGEN Markets platform. And how we are going to do that, we are just going to load some comparative report between the clients. So let's say I have this one portfolio such as this one, and I add in another portfolio as in my own model portfolio in the right side, and then I can create a report out of it. So it will be also a pitching material as to why I am suggesting that particular portfolio to my client and why this client should exit his positions within that. So it might be any case scenario. You can use this particular PDF report to actually generate a comparative report between the two portfolios. And within these two portfolios, you can see the entire backtest. So let me just present it up to you, and you can see accordingly the entire portfolio comparison report, which is generated by you within a matter of seconds. So this is a 3-pager report, which gives you a clear picture as to why this, the fund which I am suggesting as a moderately high risk is giving me a higher, annual return difference. And this reasoning can give me an acquisition of a client. So it might help me a lot to acquire the client, and also it also might help me to actually have a long-term sustainable relationship with the client. Because what I'm doing here is I am not even analyzing, I'm not even just looking into it, but I'm just having those analysis in one single place, and I'm creating a PDF report in 1 second. So you have all the time to actually have the conversation with your client, and you can use this particular reports to acquire these clients. So we have also given a downloadable function here. Once you download that, you can make a portfolio comparison. So this is a portfolio comparison downloadable Excel report here. So as you can see, accordingly, between Mr. Prakash and between my moderately high risk, these are all the price series. And then you can compare those price series all together. And now the usefulness of this price series is that you can plot this graph accordingly. So if you want to have a customized approach, and if you want to actually, plot those graph as you can see here within this graph, you can do that in Excel as well. So it's very, very useful, and it's gonna help you a lot. You can, even see the customized start date. So the main thing here is we have also given the screenshots. So, I have left out a screenshot sections. So it starts from market wrap, where you can screenshot lots of parameters. So you can screenshot this entire chart. You can screenshot this entire market levels. So if I click on it, the screenshot works out. If I click on this, screenshot sections of the best 10 BSE sectors. And the reason behind giving this screenshot is that, let's say you really want to create your own customized report within a Word file or within another PDF. You can use this particular screenshot by NGEN Markets platform and make your own types of report. So this helps you out a lot. These are all, marketing material which you can use. We have given a lots of screenshot here. Even in fund section, you can screenshot this entire tab. So you can, send it to your social channels. You can send it to your emails. You can, forward it to all the clients whichever in your pools. So that's what you can do. So all this, all the tabs can be screenshotted. So within the performance chart, you can screenshot this performance chart. You can screenshot even the point-to-point analysis here. So we have given everything here. And even in this sectoral changes, what I have actually shown it up to you, you can actually change the asset classes, and the entire downloadable Excel function is already given it up to you. So screenshots are available everywhere, even in the portfolio section, where you can see the comparative screenshot is given here. So you can just click on the screenshot and the screenshot gets downloaded. So it's very, very simplistic in approach. You can download. There are lots of screenshots available within the tool section, within the fund section, and even in the portfolio section as well. So here you can, run the portfolio and do your own analysis. So here you can see within the portfolio, we have given a screenshot button. So you can screenshot the entire tab. So whatever tab it might have been, it might have been a concentration, AMC exposure, any single tab into the portfolio analytics that can be screenshotted, and any single tab into the fund analytics, such as Access Mid Cap Fund, that can be screenshotted as well. So here you can see the screenshot button, and you can use that screenshot according to your own requirement. So I think I've finished the presentation. And we may go ahead with the FAQ section.
See, this the presentation is nice. You have been able to give a good overview. But my feedback is I just started attending these only from the last class onwards. So I don't have a experience of using this, though I have subscribed this since October. But, I didn't have training, and therefore I had not used it. So it is good to get an overview, but it is very difficult to follow the features of this tool to use ourselves, because you are moving from one screen to another screen very fast. And also there are many definitions that are, that we don't know. They are all new here. So maybe going forward, because I think you are planning to have many of these things. So from an overview perspective, this was very good. But to get into details of how we can use each of these features, then going slow on each of the topics, including explaining the definition of the parameters will be very helpful. I'm not talking about the basic ones like CAGR and all, but there are one specifics like
Mhm.
at risk and other stuff. So, that need to be told. Otherwise, how do we know? That's not standard definition that is elsewhere available. But some basics, of course, you can go very fast. So that is fine.
Definitely, sir. We do have training every single day for all the IFAs in the country. So for the in-depth training, you can, our team will be contacting you and we can give you an overall training session. And here in this seminar, we are actually tapping in one single topics. And every single week, we are gonna have one topic which will be very useful for all the IFAs in the country, and which can unite everyone, and which can solve a lot of problems altogether. So definitely, sir, I'm just noting it down. One of our colleague will actually call you up, and then we can give you an overview of all the entire parameters, and then you can be able to understand within a when you have another webinars, when you attend some future webinars, it will be more of a usefulness for you.
Okay.
I have one question. Hello.
Yes.
In the the equity holdings, right? In the equity holding, you shown it to me then the stock holding of the funds.
Okay.
Is it possible to show the date of purchase of those stocks? You shown in the data, the number of holdings of the stocks, right? And if is really makes more helpful for us to know the date of purchase those particular stocks.
Hi, this is Arunab. I'll just try and answer that question for you. So when you look at these stocks right here, these are the stocks that have been reported to us by the AMC on this particular date. Unfortunately, which date they actually bought that stock is not information that they reveal. So as far as we are aware, I don't think this information is shared by fund managers as to which date
or at least the month of entry in the stocks, month of entry. For example, this stock is purchased in the month of January or March or something like this.
Yeah, that's definitely there. Umair, if you just go to position over time and select by security, you can actually scroll to the right slowly and you can see, let's say pick any stock, you can see how the position has changed up and down. So for example, look at this Krishna Institution, right? Healthcare stock. You can see it was not there until May. Correct. And in June, suddenly 1% is there. And then after that, it looks like it's going up and then down, etc. So here also you can see.
Yes, yes. I did this. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
In the market sections, just a suggestion, if you can add a fiscal deficit of various countries, macroeconomic data. Right now, India, nothing of fiscal deficit data is not there.
Okay, we are gonna jot down that that suggestion, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? The comparable section. Hello.
Yes.
Is it possible for us to compare the stocks on an individual basis with the mutual funds? For example, you can compare Infosys with SDFC equity fund. How the stock is performed in line while comparing with the SDFC equity funds.
So can you please repeat it again in the comparable section?
No, I don't know where exactly it is. Whose tool is coming, but I know my question is: can you compare the stocks, individual stocks, with the fund?
No. You cannot compare individual stocks with the fund. You can definitely compare some custom securities with the fund. You can compare the indices with the funds, and you can also add in the portfolio, but you cannot compare the stocks.
Now, why I'm asking this question? Some of the clients have been sitting with Infosys shares or Wipro shares for last 5 years, 10 years time. But we'll compare, for example, the same stocks if you have invested the same money into, I would say, equity funds or any of the mutual funds, how the fund has been performed in line while comparing with the stocks. It will be more helpful for us.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you. This is Arunab. Thank you. That's a great suggestion. We've actually had this suggestion from a couple of other people also, that they would like to put some stocks into this fund comparison list also. At this point, we are just looking into the various options that are that we can do. But we will definitely find a way to do that soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think we required, I required some more trainings on the last session of the training. So, I mean, lot of, those are more technical things required, number of trainings on the, to get, to be more expert on those particular areas.
No problem. So something will be arranged for you.
Sure. Thank you.
Any other questions from everyone?
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, in equity holdings, it doesn't show all the stocks. Like IRCTC, DMart, and some others are not highlighted, sir.
In which particular fund are you talking about?
Yeah, so I think
holding analysis.
Yeah, it's a holding analysis and equity holdings. So here we show you only stocks that appear in any mutual fund holding. So Umair, if you could type railway, let's see if the IRCTC comes in. No. So, sir, are you aware of any fund that is actually holding the stock? Because this will only show stocks that are in at least one mutual fund holding.
Sir, I think DMart is held by many of those fund houses, like
DMart, yeah?
Yeah.
DMart. Okay. I'm just trying to see what the stock is called in our system.
Avenue Markets.
Avenue, okay.
It is Avenue Markets. It is not DMart, Avenue Markets.
So Avenue Supermarkets, right?
It's there, already there.
Ah.
Sir.
There it is.
Avenue Supermarket is already there.
Okay, okay, sir.
So there is a question into the chat box that when you download the chart, the legend does not get generated. So it do you mean by the rolling analysis chart, Mr. Vijay?
I think he's I don't think he's here anymore in the chat. I think
okay. Got it. So it might have been a question within the rolling analysis chart. Yeah, okay. We are noting it down. Any other questions from anyone?
No, thanks.
Okay, Mayor, I think we can close the session now.
Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. So next week, we are going to come up with something more exciting. So I hope everyone will be joining the next session as well. And hopefully we can do something fruitful in the next session. So thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.